sensational play. Oh! And Paxton delivers. I do not believe it. One more for that is pro.
Masha here getting 3 huge headshots.
He's walking around and just walking in the stacks wonderland. He gets himself a hat-trick of frag. That is pro. Have won.
Alright, welcome back everyone. So we had a bit of a decision-making time on our hands here just to find out which game we were going to be doing next, because the issue is that in about an hour the Na'Vi ESG game is scheduled to start, because we're about an hour and a half delayed in the total schedule, so that's why everything has been a little bit crazy here. And ESL were arguing in favor of simply trying to skip this game and then wait an hour and then do the Na'Vi ESG game. And I said, why don't we just push the whole schedule back an hour and a half and do all the games? So I'm hoping we can do that, because I really hate to miss games. I hope if we're really unlucky, then Na'Vi and ESG won't be able to reschedule that game and just put it back an hour or so, and we'll miss the beginning of that game. But I sort of feel like, you know, we should do what we can to get as much as we can, right? So that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, no, if we can cast all the games, that would be big. Or as many of them as we can, just so that there's as little missed content out there for everybody wanting to tune in and follow their teams, watch the games that they want to. I mean, we need to do the best we can to get as many of these matches out there. So right now, it should be good. I mean, this should be an entertaining match, what we've got going up now. Copenhagen Wolves, rather, not games, but Wolves versus Mouse Sports.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start the speculation now, Anders, because we don't actually have anybody yet on the server, but they should be joining up fairly soon.
They should be joining up, hopefully.
Hanging Wolves. After that performance from Epsilon, I think that they've got a pretty big advantage going in against Mouse Sports now.
It could be. Mouse Sports lost yesterday and weren't looking maybe all too strong, but it's a new day, and Mouse Sports definitely not a team I would underestimate here. Map picks, Chris J is going to be picking Dust 2, Carrigan goes for Inferno, and Train as a third map. So I actually think all these maps are pretty good for both teams, interestingly enough. I mean, yeah, Mouse Sports on Dust 2, definitely not to be underestimated. Carrigan picking Inferno, yeah, and I guess they couldn't get Nuke, and I think probably Mouse Sports banned out Nuke. And then Train is the third map, a map that both teams can play. Mouse Sports have Christie and Alu, some of the strongest AWPers, I would say. I think it's going to be hard for even Nico and Carrigan and Glaive to stand up to that. This is really going to be an interesting game, I think.
Again, it seems like it's going to come down to the aim. It seems like we're going to be looking at who's going to be landing those shots. And unfortunately for Copenhagen Wolves, they really struggled versus Epsilon when it came to getting those entry frags. Epsilon were just hell-bent to lock them out and just continue getting kill after kill. It seems like it could turn into a brawl here between these two teams now, because you just mentioned also two very solid AWPers, Alu from the Finnish Persuasion, and obviously Chris J, who has just a reputation as one of the best AWPers in the world, flat out.
Yeah, it is going to be really, really tough, I think, for both teams at this point. Copenhagen Wolves made some mistakes against Epsilon, and it ended up costing them the game. Maybe they can try and adjust some of those. I mean, I think if they can, then I definitely say Copenhagen Wolves have a very good shot. But if they keep making mistakes, Mouse Sports is also a team that has upset a lot of top teams in the past. So you really just can't ignore that. You gotta keep some faith in Mouse Sports here, I think. Let's see. Just gonna go on Twitter real quick and make, Twitter is important, guys. You gotta make sure that people know what we're doing here, otherwise it's no good at all. So what else can we expect? I mean, best of 3 coming up here. It's the second of the day, and with a little bit of luck, we'll be able to do 2 more right afterwards. So it's gonna be a really, really long day here at Room on Fire. But of course, we do enjoy it, and we hope you guys are gonna stick with us all day. Also, big thanks to anyone who's been subscribing throughout the day. It helps us out a whole lot, and we really do appreciate it. So I hope you guys are gonna keep doing that as well. There we go. Twitter is done with. Yes.
Twitter is done with, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta give a shout out to the Admiral Sid as well for a tweet linking to the stream. But yeah, this show continues, and Tabson is going to be the first man on the server here that we see for Mouse Sports when we go into a reset. So hopefully this means that actually all the players are here. and we should be able to start this fairly soon because we're about 5 minutes past the hour now, and this was scheduled to start at 17.
Yeah, we really can't afford too many more delays. I mean, the ESL admins have been really cool. I don't really blame them for wanting to skip a match and starting a little bit, staying on schedule basically, because that's their jobs as admins. So I guess if this is a lot delayed as well, if this match goes really late, they might have to start the Na'Vi match anyway. And I don't want to switch in the middle of a game. I think that's really bad. Like catching half a game and then joining the beginning of the next game. So what we'll do is we'll stick with this match and then we'll join in the other game as soon as we can. If it ends up being a scheduling conflict, that's how we deal with it basically. So now you guys know. But yeah, we'll see how it's all going to unfold. As soon as everyone is joined up and ready, we should be ready to go as well. But that's about all it is. What else can we say? Well,
it's what we can say going into this match is that I think it's going to be a goddamn brawl, and this is just going to be everybody just turning it into a slugfest. You've got 4 world-class operas actually on between these teams here. It's going to be brutal, man. I really expect to see double-op plays. Even on the T side, I expect to see double-op plays regardless of which team is on it.
Might be the case. I mean, that's definitely entertaining. I mean, Nico was showing us some great stuff earlier, and it's just all around seemed like it's been a day of really cool Counter-Strike, and hopefully it could just keep going. I mean, that's why I really don't want it to end. I just want it to keep going forever and ever and ever. And now people are joining, so I'm going to switch it on over to the game instead, so we'll at least have that to look at. Slow people joining here, just 3 of them, but they're starting to stack it up here on Dust 2.
Now they're starting to get in here.
Yeah, let's see. Whoever wins this, I don't know if they're going to be going to Cologne just yet if they win this, because this is the lower bracket. So I think they need to play another game, don't they, after this?
This is, yeah, exactly. The lower bracket, obviously, there's more matches for you here.
Yeah.
We can go through real quick what the bracket actually looks like here as I refresh it, but this should be, let's see. We're actually getting into that, we have 2 more best of 3s basically coming up here from the lower bracket, is how it's going to break down. As Copenhagen Wolves, Mouse Sports, Encore Kick, that's going on right now, but that's only the second round of the lower bracket. They're going to go in, that's going to bring it down to 4 teams, and what we need in the end here is 2 teams from the lower bracket to figure out who qualifies, because now we know who all of our winner bracket winners are. Titan and Epsilon, the 2 winner bracket winners for today. So the rest of these matches today are going to be lower bracket matches to figure out who are going to be the 2 remaining teams competing in the main event.
Exactly. So we'll see. I mean, the field is really starting to narrow in here. There's not a lot of teams left out of the total 16, and we're going to find out who it's going to be. There's already been a lot of upsets on the first day. Second day here, I think we're running a little bit more as expected, I would say. But you never know. It can still happen, I guess. Craziness can still unfold.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right now, as you said, the match that's going to be coming up at 18 tonight, ESG versus Na'Vi, that's another tough one to call. If ESG manage to get their heads back in the game, they can really put up a strong fight versus Na'Vi, who have been knocked down versus London Conspiracy. London Conspiracy actually managing to pick up the win in the winner bracket and qualify for Gamescom. So that's a Norwegian team that we will have competing in the major event, which is awesome. But they had to get through Na'Vi to do it. And we were talking about how good Na'Vi have been in the recent months. They are definitely one of the top 8 teams in the world, pretty much. So you're looking at these guys in the lower bracket. That's how close all of these matches have been. How much talent, raw talent, is in here. The 16-team pool that are trying to qualify.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's down to. And then obviously even more talent waiting once we actually get to the Gamescom's finals. That's going to be insane. Then we have NIP, Dignitas, Virtus Pro, and a lot of other teams joining in, Fnatic as well. So it's going to be LDLC. It's going to be all around crazy once we get to that. Definitely.
I mean, the French can be happy. There's 3 teams now from France that have qualified for the main event. LDLC getting invited back because they made top 8 at Katowice, and now we have Titan who have managed to make it through, and Epsilon. So all 3 French teams that are in the super top are in.
Yeah, but I think what's different is, because we've had that before, but I think the main difference here is that I actually think that all 3 teams have a really good shot at making like quarter and semifinals, basically. So, I mean, that's what's really exciting, I think, is that all the French teams are looking really strong. So it's not just that they're in there, it's that they have a really good chance, I think. That's just sick.
Agreed.
It's just sick. I mean,
it's so much talent coming out of France right now, and they seem to have managed to shuffle it about, to really spread it out and have 3 consistently good teams. Titan, I think, are the team with the most to prove. LDLC are the team that are starting to be seen as top 8 material, and they've consistently beaten Titan. They've managed to actually start having good results versus other top teams. So LDLC, I think a lot of people are looking at them to just basically go far. Epsilon, I think, have still a little bit of room to work with as far as like expectations go. I don't think everybody's looking at them to really push for that semifinal, but they're capable of it. But all of the pressure, I think, for the French teams is on Titan, because of course, they still are considered to be the best team in France. Even if they are just hanging on by a thread now, they are still considered to be the best team in France, and we really expect to see them get into the semis at least.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to put Titan anywhere right now. I need to see them play a little bit more here, but we haven't actually caught them yet in the qualifiers here. I don't know if will we have a chance to? Have they already qualified?
No, they're out. They're done. As in, they're not done as in out of the qualifiers. They've qualified for the main event. They took out Encore today, so Natu's team, the Finnish hope. And in the upper bracket, who did they face off against? I can't quite remember. Hold on, let me find out. Upper bracket match for... is this the upper bracket? Yes, this is the upper bracket. Apologies, real quick. Oh yeah, it was Tumbletoss. They took out Encore. So they actually put Encore down. Wait, this still looks like a... Yeah, they did actually put Encore down to win, to get into that spot.
Yeah, so that's what it is. All right, so that's really good news, of course. Nicely done. So we're not able to see Titan just yet, but we'll have to catch up with them later, hopefully, and see if they can show us some cool Counter-Strike. Maybe not in this qualifier, but maybe in some other games. Well, we have 10 people on the server now, so we're getting ready for that start, which hopefully is going to be coming really soon. Again, remember to go and invite your friends in here. Tell them that stuff is happening here on the channel, and invite them in to watch some Counter-Strike, especially if you have some friends that aren't used to watching Counter-Strike. Now is a good time to get them involved, because this is the qualification or the qualifier for the $250,000 tournament. So if you get them addicted now, maybe you can watch that tournament with them. It's a good way of doing it.
Oh yeah. This is it, and this is just world-class CS that we've got going so far. A real pleasure to watch. So it's a great teaser, right? It's the great trailer leading into the main event, where as you said, we've still got teams. We've still got like the sickest lineup. It really is shaping up to be such an exciting tournament. The skill gap between all these teams really seems to be closing, and that makes for just really exciting, tough to call tournaments. It's not just like, okay, Nip are going to win the whole thing. It really is like, okay, Epsilon could actually get pretty far here. Maybe they have a chance of making an upset happen.
Yeah, and to me, Nip is actually the big unknown. I think Nip and Dignitas are the two biggest unknown factors at this point, because they've been on vacation for such a long time that we really have no idea how they're going to be coming back. We've seen great improvements from every other team, but what if Nip and Dignitas have been more or less standing still in that time when everyone else has been improving? That's... I'm not saying that'll happen, but it could happen, and that means it's going to be even more interesting, maybe.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can still go so far as to say that Nip don't hold the throne for now as the best team in the world. I think they're still just pretty much up there. They are favorites. No matter what happens, they are favorites to get to the finals, if not take the whole thing. But one thing that's going to be fun about this major is, it's sad for the German teams, because there isn't necessarily a German team, who have qualified yet. But still, there is no home turf advantage because of that. There is no team that we can point at and be like, okay, these guys, they have a huge advantage going into this because it's their turf. That's true. Mouse Sports is the last hope, isn't it? And it's not. It's only halfway. No, wait. It's only Nuki who's German, right? Nuki and Tabson are the only Germans on this team. Then we have Alu from Finland. We have Chris J from the Netherlands, and we have Legia from Serbia. Is it? I can't actually remember. Why can I not remember? It's a real shame. I'm sorry, Legia. I should know this. I forget. Yeah, it's Tabson and Nuki from Germany. Legia, I believe, is, Serbia. And Chris J, Netherlands, Alu, Finland. I believe that's how it is. I will definitely figure it out a little bit later. We'll come up with an answer for you. It is Serbia, yeah. I seem to remember that it was. So, yeah. Let's go is what Nico says, and we're ready as well. Legia trying to shut him down, but we won't be stopped here. We are getting ready for it. So... Oh, they're trying to fix it. What? Call him. What? Alright, everyone's on the server. I'm not sure what the issue is. Is someone disconnected? Oh yeah, Alu's not at his computer, it seems. So maybe that's what they're worrying about. Yeah, what's going on? He's just standing there. Seems like everybody else is here and ready to go. Along with the wire breaks, this is gonna if we continue to have delays like this is gonna make for a very long series here.
Yeah, and I feel guilty because I'm the one that's convinced ESL to push the other games back, so maybe I've pushed them into even more delays, but I did it because I wanted to have even more games to cast. I mean, we had like 12-hour casting day yesterday, and we're aiming to actually beat that record and just, you know, get even more hours in today, but I definitely don't regret it. I think it's rare that we get to see so many great games in a row that are all best of 3, so we want to keep it up. Continue the fun, right?
No, this is a treat, no doubt about it, man. Now, the games have been so good. Yesterday, we just had sick hype games that were just amazing to watch. London Conspiracy versus Na'Vi is still going to go down as one of my favorite series of the year so far. And, yeah, really good there. And then, of course, the ESG True Dat, where True Dat just played out of their minds a fantastic three maps to take their spot in the main event. We're really going to have such a good spread of teams actually competing now in the main.
Yeah, it is. It's just been a real pleasure. There's no doubt about it. It's I don't know, and a lot of, as we said, a lot of upsets. Just everything seems to be going just right. Maybe not for every team, but in terms of as a spectator, it's been worth watching these qualifiers. And we actually had, I think. The problem is normally we don't cast games on Saturdays and Fridays, Sundays sometimes. But we were wondering if it was worth it for us to you know spend the time. We had other plans and everything, but I'm really glad we spent the time right here. All right, Sam, I'm just gonna go for a real quick mute, and obviously I'm gonna be right back if the game starts. But just 1 second, I just gotta fix something. Alright, I am back again. Let's see. At least for a moment. Molly came home, my dog, so I had to say hi to her for a little bit. You know, you can't ignore the dogs, basically. Alright.
Especially not Molly, she'll take a bite out of you.
I wish if she could. Actually, I don't think Molly can really bite almost anyone. Her face is basically flat, so unless you stick your finger into her mouth, she's not going to be able to actually bite you, but
good to know.
Yeah, maybe she can push you around a little bit. Tiny dog. Where are we at with this? Anything happening? Oh, we're missing Disturbed now. And Chris is saying, if needed, Joel's. Are they bringing in a stand-in for Mousesports? Is that what's happening?
Is that what has to happen?
I don't know. I'm wondering what's going on, because Alu's still stuck here.
Is he just not at his PC?
He's suddenly just standing still, and I'm wondering what the plan is here. I'm going to go and check the admin chat, see if I can figure out what's happening, but they really aren't... They really aren't champions at starting this on time, are they? It's not their strong suit. In the meantime...
I'm checking with the admins real quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can figure it out as well. In the meantime, it looks like the Encore is actually beating Kick. 15-8 right now is the score on that game, the second one, and they already won on the first map, so that is a bit of an upset. I think Kick were actually favored to take that, at least in the betting, so that's pretty interesting.
Encore, I think, were favored in that match. Not to, man.
Betting-wise, they weren't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, betting-wise, they weren't, but then, you know, sorry, guys, but people are going to get a lot of skins off of Ents, because I think that they're the favorite team in that match. Definitely. It's like you run, not like Encore, maybe on a good day they could put up a fight versus Titan, but it seems like Titan were just so focused and on point that nothing was going to stop them from qualifying. So they really ran into one of the juggernauts of these brackets. Just, you know, there's not really much hope going through them. But I feel like they could have put up a real strong fight against nearly anybody else, perhaps barring Na'Vi. So Kick, I don't think are quite up to snuff to be able to take out Natu's team. But, you know, we shall see. Maybe I just curse Natu and, you know, they're going to get knocked out now because of me.
It's almost too late to curse them, really, at this point. So, pretty well done. I mean, the Finnish scene needs a strong team too. We have, London Conspiracy from Norway. We have a whole bunch of Swedish teams. We have a couple of Danish teams, a lot of French teams as well. Why can't we have a Finnish team as well? That's what we need.
It's like, now they're starting to branch out, right? Alu is, doing his disappearing man act right now. But he is now playing for mouz Sports, so that's one Finnish player who's out and about, getting work done. But yeah, we really do need like a Finnish team to make it in. Think about that. If we had a Finnish team that actually managed to qualify for the main event, that would mean that we would have, Sweden obviously, but Norway, Denmark, and Finland. Like that would be such a strong representation from all of Scandinavia right there.
Yeah, it would be really nice. Are they already trash talking each other in the chat? I think they are just like I think they're just mostly having fun, but it seems like they're also arguing a little bit about whose fault it is. Chris J saying he's gonna call again, see if he can get a hold of Alu. Hopefully he's nothing serious. Oh, did he just move? Yeah, Alu's moving. I think that was the problem. So with a little bit of luck, cross your fingers, guys. Yes, he's back. All right. So I'm sure Alu had a good reason for being AFK. Usually not a problem. So there we go. Probably just a minor issue, and we'll be back into the game here. So if you are just joining us, then welcome to the show. This is mouz Sports versus Copenhagen Games. Lower bracket quarterfinals is where we're at now, I think. So whoever loses here is going to be going out. Whoever wins is going to be going to the semifinals and get a chance to compete and qualify for the $250,000 tournament in Cologne. You're at Room on Fire. I'm Anders. With me is Semler, of course, and we're just about to start this best of three. After this one, hopefully we'll be able to have 2 more best of threes. It's going to be a long day of Counter-Strike right here on the channel. Follow and subscribe if you want to help us, and also go and check us out on Twitter and on YouTube and everything else. The links should be in the chat. Someone just type follow in the chat or ! Follow, and we'll give the links out there from Moobot. So just do that, and it'll help us out a whole lot. Knife round coming up here. Semler, I mean, I think we both agreed more or less that it was Copenhagen Wolves that had an advantage with this one. But I mean, mouz Sports, do you see an upset happening here? Do you think it can work?
Anything is possible, Anders. Anything is possible. But I really do think that after Copenhagen Wolves and the way that they played versus Epsilon, I think Epsilon rank is a bit of a higher team than mouz Sports do right now. So Copenhagen Wolves, with the talent on the team and also just how well they seem to be working together, I feel like they've got the advantage that they should be the ones to take this, that they're the favored team. And it would be tough to go against that. But, of course, is Nico going to be enough to shut down Chris J, is what I'm wondering. Because you do know that mouz Sports are going to be kind of like focusing on getting AWPs for Chris J and Alu as often as possible. Is Nico going to be able to go toe-to-toe with them?
I really don't know. Alu is one hell of an AWP. Chris J too. Nico, I don't think you can just say that. I think between Alu, Chris J, and Nico, it's gonna be a toss-off. Basically, it's gonna be crazy. So I wouldn't want to bet on this game. Basically, it's really scary actually. In the meantime, we have obviously Copenhagen Wolves disconnecting because they need to sort out the whole wire issue. So just as they've been complaining about Alu being late, now just as we're ready, they're gonna have to restart and get everything rolling. So there's no winning here. Yeah,
this is gonna be. It's just something we're going to have to get used to, because Copenhagen Wolves, as we saw versus Epsilon, it's just something that they have to do at the beginning of the half. At the end of the half, they're just going to relog and restart the wire and go from there. For some weird reason, the wire does this to their PCs. It's interesting that they're the only guys suffering from this. Yeah. It is what it's like they're the only guys that we've seen actually having to log out and log back in again, and they all happen to be on one team. It's really weird. I'm almost like wondering if this is a strategy from them to just throw people off guard, like strategic pauses.
If it is, it's one that they've been doing for a really long time, because I remember a lot of the Danish players complaining about this issue since sometime last year, basically. So they've been sticking to the story for a long time if they've been doing it, but I guess, once it's working, you might as well keep doing it, right?
Why not?
It could just be that two of them have horrendous computers, basically. I don't know.
That's true. I mean, I can't remember actually seeing Adrian from Hellraisers. He's like the first guy that comes to mind who has like a wooden PC. Play with ESL Wire.
No, I was gonna say, I don't think he's When would he be doing that? I'm trying to remember. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
because they got into top 8 as well, so they don't have to worry about requalifying or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Hellraisers is a team we haven't even mentioned when we've been talking about the top teams, but definitely also a dangerous opponent coming up. Well, everyone's reconnected back in. Can we finally get the guys? Yeah, guys, welcome back. Right. I'm reading and talking at the same time. Generally a bad idea, but yeah, can we finally get everyone on and get the game on the way here? Chris J giving a warm welcome back, and we're all going to be ready.
Leisha is actually taking shots at Pimp now, just being like, "Wire lags are gone, Pimp. Everything all right?" You know, it's just like you can hear like the sarcasm. You know, like everything all right over there.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, it's all.
Pimping ain't easy. It ain't easy work. Chris J knows. He's from Netherlands.
Being pricks on either. Pimp is taking it a little bit too personally, maybe. I think mouse sports are just having fun here. I don't actually think they're trying to be really rude, but we'll see. We're ready for it, guys. Let's go. The countdown has begun. They've already done the knife, and now we are ready for it. It's gonna be Copenhagen Wolves. They actually won the knife round, but they still want to start on the terror side, whereas last time they picked the CT side. So I'm not sure what the difference is here. I mean, maybe it's because they lost us 2 against Epsilon. They decided it's better to start on this side, but that also seems silly.
Get some more rounds in, I guess, you know? But look at the setup from Mousesports. Not a single guy going Kevlar. They go full nades nearly across the board. Really interesting. No upgraded pistols, just full utility here, and this is not working out. Glaive already gets the headshot on Chris.
And this is a big problem. Tabson's going to go down now. Nuki here at the crossover, and no one has died yet from Copenhagen Wolves, and they also have smokes just to make the crossover happen here. Oh, good damage being dealt by Nuki, but this retake is going to be very, very hard, I think, for Copenhagen Wolves. This is a very, very strong start for the Danes.
But and then now they're down a man as well. Leisha just kind of rushing in there alone.
And
No support from his mate, Alu, who's already wrapping around. Nuki does get a headshot on SMF. There is still a nade on Alu. He's going to chuck that onto the site. Perfect. Drops down Kerrigan to 9 HP.
Oh, Mouse with Nuki with a great jump shot there, but Alu's still going to go down. Pimp coming in with the last 2 kills, and that was all it took here. I like the grenade strat, similar, but when you get caught on long and you have no body armor, that aim punch is really, really gonna screw you up. Even if if the team, even if they don't hit headshots, they're probably still gonna win the battle. But Chris J, body armor and a scout. I love this idea.
No fear from Chris. This is his style, and he can land the shots. He can land the headshots if he gets the opportunity. For now, he's just holding it mid, kind of floating around CT, looking to see if it's going to be any action at long. There is a man in long house. Kerrigan is going to be jumped on by Tabson as soon as he steps out.
Good body shot coming in from. Actually, what was that? Was that a
That was Chris.
Oh, it was Chris with the scout, of course. I thought it was a deagle at the moment. I was wondering how did it do so much damage. I forgot about the sniper rifle. Alu's walking up here. Almost catches one with a rifle out, or with a grenade out, but it's not going to work. Oh my god, that timing was almost golden for Mousesports. That would have been sick. Chris still waiting down here. They know the scout is there, and he's not going to get the shot on, but Glaive is actually on 1 HP, so a lot could have worked for Mousesports this round, I think.
No, Glaive 1 HP, right? That kind of paints the picture right there. It could have been great. Instead, Glaive, he decides to rob Mousesports. This is something we have to keep our eyes on for Mousesports as well. This is a team that loves to do not random pushes, but aggressive pushes. They love to push around the map, get information that way, kind of pressure their opponents into perhaps making mistakes or being able to just find easy frags like that. So Mousesports, we have to see if that is actually going to pan out and work for them, because on Dust 2, CT side, you have to be able to go for those kinds of pushes in Upper Dark or out from house. That sort of play is crucial for a good CT half. So Mousesports are going to have to find a way to make it work eventually here.
And I think actually the upper push they just did, if they had pushed like half a second earlier, they would have certainly got the 1 kill on the guy who had a grenade out, but they could have even picked up the second or third one as well. That could have been an absolutely golden opportunity. So I think you're right. The aggressive pushes is a good idea for Mousesports, and the timing was just really off, but that's just unfortunate, I think. Down the middle here, Chris taking a battle with was that Nico? Yeah, it must have been Nico with the pistol. Not really sure why Nico wanted to do that. They must know the scout is still in play.
Just trying to tempt fate, I guess, or maybe tempt Chris. See what happens, Is he going to land the shot or not? Pimp gets Tabson, though. That's a good headshot there. That's going to weaken the defense here for Mousesports, but they are on pistols apart from Chris, so there's no big surprise there. It should be coming down to Copenhagen Wolves, not really giving the opportunity for Mousesports to throw, or not really giving any opportunity for mouz sports to get an advantage in this half. They're all pushing together. They're all grouped up. And this is how you're supposed to play an anti-eco, really.
Yeah, I agree. mouz trying for a bit of a boost down. Now they're going to go into the B-bomb site, and Alu and Leggy are going to be the first two people to spot anything. They're going to call for backup. Not sure it's really going to matter that much. Not going to happen for Alu. Goes down. Legia wants to take a shot through here. Chris is actually being overrun. Kerrigan jumped on his face. Legia still alive here. Tries with the scout. Actually, did he hit that shot?
He hit that shot.
Oh,
he hit
wow.
that shot.
That's pretty cool.
I gotta love scout play. That's such a versatile weapon, and you're so fast with it as well. It really does feel like you're just like a speed demon, like rolling around the map with it, just jumping everywhere. Such a dynamic, cool scoped rifle. But now Chris has got the bigger brother, and Nico does too. Nico looking, waiting, patient, goes for the flick and misses. He actually legs Chris J. I take it back. He gets the leg shot.
But it looked like he missed that shot. It really did. I was wondering as well how he did that damage, but it looked like he just shot through. But, well, good job. Now, if they're going to push over on long, Pimp is in an absolutely godlike position. They're going to peek here. Legia goes down, and Alu will get the return. But that is still going to favor the Copenhagen Wolves side. Unfortunately for Pimp, he didn't realize it was going to be a double push. But that's actually a very, very good trade early on here for the Danish team.
These are adjustments that are going to have to come from... Well, hold that thought. Nico manages to take out Chris J in the end. Second time is the charm, I suppose. Copenhagen Wolves now with the man advantage. But it's definitely something the Copenhagen Wolves are going to have to adjust for and make sure that they cover all of the approaches, because mouz sports are going to be continuing to push like that.
And they were grouping up in the middle. I really like what mouz sports was thinking then. Just, you know, they had everyone either in mid or on short, and they just want to see if they can sandwich in Copenhagen Wolves, which it seemed like they did, but they actually just missed their shots. That's a really annoying way to lose around, because they had some positions where they could have got a number of kills here, but now the Danish team is off to an incredibly strong start here, Semler. I mean, they have money, they keep having people alive. Look how much money they have even 5 rounds into this game.
And again, the aggressive push. Nice nade there. That's actually doing quite a bit of damage. Alu sets up for a kill on Kerrigan, but Pimp stripes right back, and now the bomb site is wide open for Copenhagen Wolves. They're just chucking in some nades, playing it safe. Not sure if this is a stack, because that was very aggressive play out of mouz sports, but Copenhagen Wolves, they're going to be rewarded for their patience. They take their time with it, and they will get control of this site.
Yeah, now they see a couple of people coming up from behind. I think that was SMF spotting people coming up from T-spawn, so they know pretty much exactly what's happening on this map here, and that's obviously good news. Nico's going to be peeking out, maybe. He really wants to, but he's got to be careful. Nuki's right around this wall, and are they trying to jump over? Can he actually see anything here, Pimp? This is very, very tricky play. Nuki goes down, just actually charged, almost stabbed with the AWP from Nico, and still another good round coming in from the Danish team.
An AWP bayonet.
I mean, yeah.
But they had shot.
That's what it looks like. I don't think you actually put bayonets on sniper rifles, because you're really not meant to get that close, but...
Then again, it turns it into practically like a short spear, right? That would be pretty cool. You have like a weird... If anybody knows what Harry Dresden is, they'll know what I'm talking about. The Dresden Files. But yeah.
Maybe you could throw it? Is that what you're saying? Just like actually toss it as a spear?
No, you make a spear, and then you make it so that you have rifle like rounds on the spear as well, so it serves as like a gun spear. It's pretty sick.
Okay.
Totally random.
Sick play from Chris. Takes down Pimp, and the return from Kerrigan. Going to be dropping Tabson, which is unfortunate now. They got to make up their minds here. Nuki should be falling back. Got to be careful he doesn't get caught. And he is by the car waiting. Chris wants another shot, but that was a very, very cool opening from Chris there. Very smooth and crouched in to take that kill. Nico going to go down as well. Chris with a double. And finally something starting to work here for mouz sports, and it's about time that it does.
Yeah, Chris J doing the majority of the work here, but that doesn't change the fact that Alu is waiting mid. Chris, another kill, but Alu gets rewarded for his patience at mid, finds the glaive with the headshot, even looking towards short again, but this is a massive round for mouz sports. They're going to shut down Copenhagen Wolves. It should be a quad kill for Chris, and it will be. This is the real problem now. mouz sports had enough money for a double-op play, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to have to start worrying about where exactly on the map they can go to avoid these, or how to deal with them.
Yeah, Nico spawns very close to B. This is the furthest B spawn possible, I believe, and he's going to run straight for it. So now the big question is, are they going to be able to pick off? That must be Legia coming in here. It's going to be Nico versus Legia. Legia is going to flash in once. Nico takes the peek here. Legia, is he going to jump up? If he does, he's probably going to go down. And there it is. Legia actually goes down to the rush, because that spawn really, really helped out Copenhagen Wolves a lot. A really sick B push coming out here.
Yeah, that's so cool. They actually just decided to change up the pace very quickly like that. Now mouz sports are in a position where they should just be saving. They shouldn't even be looking to get close to this site. Just look for the exits, back off, hold on to the guns, because these are way too expensive to be giving up for free, and they don't have the money to buy them again in the next round, which is really what is going to be working well here for Copenhagen Wolves. If Mousesports are free to hold on to these 3 guns, they should be able to force a buy them in the next round. But Copenhagen Wolves have just reset the loss bonus for Mousesports, and that's going to hurt. That's going to really hurt the CT side here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Don't think they're going to find any other members of Mousesports, so they'll save the 1 AWP, which is really, really important. Now, the reason why this position was working out so well for Nico... Oh, there's a bit of a zoom. Is because... even though he doesn't actually pick off Legia, he still knows. He knows for 100% sure that there's nobody on this box, nobody on the whole plateau. So all they have to worry about is car and inside the bomb site, and that is a lot of information for the rest of the team rushing in. And if Legia had tried to go up to stop them, he would have been taken down by Nico. So that was a bit of a situational rush, because you can only do it if you have the right spawn for it, which... Are they going to go for it again? No, this time they slow down.
They're pacing themselves. They're waiting for Nico to get rewarded for... looking towards that box, not going to land the shot. Now Alu up close, gets glaive through the smoke. Just as the smoke goes up, Alu spots him and pulls the trigger. Great play there from Alu. And now Mousesports, the man advantage, they can hold this. They just have to be very careful about how they split it up. But look at this, nearly a straight line across the map right now for Mousesports, trying to cover as much ground as possible.
Yeah, Carrigan's going to take down Chris, even though he's completely blinded. Chris only had a pistol, so I guess a little bit hard for him to hold short like that, but he did try and come up with a cheeky flash, which I'm not exactly sure was meant to do, but it sort of seemed to work anyway. I'm not really sure how that is. Back into a 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, back into a 4-on-4 with Nookie holding on the main site, but they're running out of nades here, Copenhagen Wolves. They have to close in. Good flash there for Nookie. Gets a good kill as well. This is setting up to be pretty decent here. The hold is real until the nade combo works, and SMF almost catches Tapson, who just barely makes it back around the corner on long. SMF now with a good plant here for Mousesports. If they can just hold on, or rather for Copenhagen Wolves, if they can just hold on to Cat, and they will.
I mean, with Nico alive as well, this is the big deal. Alu is going to have a really hard time getting in. SMF is going to take down Legia, and now Tabson and Alu. I really want them to run away here. I don't think this is a good idea any longer. Tabson is the one with the kit, and he's on 16 HP. If he dies on long with the kit, that means it doesn't even matter if Alu is going to pick up the kills, because they won't be able to defuse. So they do run away, and being hunted as well here. Alu being shot in the back, and SMF comes up with a triple kill and makes it 7-1 here, even taking away the AWP. This is a very, very tough round for Mousesports to lose. And let's just remind everyone again, Mousesports is the team that picked this map. Next map is Copenhagen Wolves map pick, so this is a big deal early on here.
It really is. And they only managed to save 1 gun on Tabson. So this is, once again, it looks like it's going to be a force. They had enough to be able to pick up another AWP on Alu. But no AWP for Chris J on this round. So Mousesports, they have to land some big shots. But look at Pimp. He's so close to long. He may be able to catch them as they try and round the corner, and he does. Tapson is gone, and this is going to be a strong start. Nico even tagging Alu at mid-doors.
Now Chris going to try and repeat here. Takes down Pimp. Goes for the second. Runs out of bullets. Oh, no. There's a good return from Nuki, but that's the weakness of the M4A1 as opposed to the M4A4. He just ran out at the end. Alu misses a shot on short. It's a big opening here, and that might actually be the last one they have in this round. It's a 2-on-3 again, and Mousesports, they have no money at all to buy. If they lose this round, they're going to be flat broke.
Yeah, and Nico getting out in time. He's going to go over to Longhouse. This is Copenhagen Wolves. I mean, this is their round at this point. There isn't a whole lot Mousesports can hope to do. Sure, the retake is possible on the A site, but they need to get a pick near instantly, and that's just not going to happen, especially with the bomb planted for long like this. And Nico getting in this strong position in pit. There's not a hope for Mousesports, and they've already backed off to the B site, just trying to hold on to the guns. But at some point, Mousesports are going to have to try and make a play of this. They can't. It starts to get to be a bad rhythm once you start actually just saving every round and not going for it. And Mousesports, if they feel like, okay, well, you know, we're down a man, we have to save every round, they're never going to get any rounds. They're just going to keep saving, hoping that they get that opening that Copenhagen Wolves probably are just not going to give them.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but I think that's when Counter-Strike becomes really hard, is when do you make the choice to actually commit to a round and just go for it. Right now, Tabson also has 0 kills, which is unfortunate. Really not the start that they're looking for here. Mousesports 8-1 is a really, really good score for Copenhagen Wolves, and the money they have is really strong as well.
Copenhagen Wolves don't have to worry about much for quite some time here. 8 rounds. They're well on their way to a successful first half here. They would love to get up to 10. If they can get to 10, this is going to be really solid for Copenhagen Wolves. But look at this push from Leisha. He's using that AK. He's going to get out at Longhouse. Pimp peeks, but doesn't go far enough. 2 very big kills for Leisha. 2 clean headshots, and that turns, all of a sudden, that turns this round on its head.
Nuki has to get a kill in the car here. He's going to go for it. He's at 75 is not enough. Legia with another kill in the middle, going to take down Nuki. Stunning performance here from the Serbian player, but is it going to be enough? In the middle, Nico's looking with the AWP, and Chris J will take him down, and maybe they are going to be able to do it. The singular performance here from Legia, maybe it's going to be just enough. Not going to get the quad kill. Tabson comes in and picks up the first kill of the game for himself, but that was beautiful play.
Not sure what happened with Pimp there. You know, as I was saying, mouse sports are prone to pushes. They love to push around the map. And Copenhagen Wolves didn't have somebody camping outside of a long house. They had Pimp, who was in lower dark tunnels, kind of looking towards top mid, but he wasn't really looking. He was like hiding around the wall, and he half peeked, but that wasn't enough to spot Leisha. So that was a bit of a weird crumbling of the defense for Copenhagen Wolves. Like, leaving a chink in their armor like that is just not something they can do when mouse sports are going to be able to walk around the map the way that Leisha just did.
No, flashes rain out. Chris not hitting that shot. Looked like it was dead on. Really scary. A lot of flashes over on long here. Is actually going to give Copenhagen Wolves control along, but I don't think that's a big deal. They still have Chris up here, and you know, mouse sports can fall back and just defend the site from here. What I'm really interested in is to see how Copenhagen Wolves is going to use this control. I'd love to see them leave Nico in the pit and then rotate somewhere else.
Leave Nico in the pit, put that AWP to work. Nico is going for that pit, but Chris J is still alive in Goose. It's going to turn into the op duel here. Who's going to come out ahead? If Chris shows himself,
so
Nico...
The reason people do this is because eventually the CT side is very likely to become curious about what's happening down on long and then go and peek, and that's what the ult works. But they can also just put the Glaive in the middle to pick up that double kill, which is obviously ridiculous. Chris jumps, Nico peeks, and nobody's going to get a shot. But they still have to worry about Nico over here for the retake if they want to go for this B-bomb site. Tabson peeks in, doesn't get the shot, and mouse sports should not be thinking about retaking. They should be thinking about saving here.
They managed to hold on to the... they do manage to hold on and stay alive until Pimp catches Nuki pushing in upper dark, and that's where it falls apart here for mouse sports. Good kill there by Chris J, but he gets instantly punished by Kerrigan, and Tabson is now going to be alive, 1v3. Glaive spots him at the doors, and that's the end of this round. Copenhagen Wolves just looking fantastic right now, crushing mouse sports, and most importantly, crushing mouse sports' economy.
Yeah.
Just never letting them get into the match where they can have a really solid buy. Because look at this, I mean, there's 3 guys who can go for strong buys on mouse sports, but then 2 of their players have $2,000 and 1.8. That means that, you know, you can't go for a double op play unless you just let them go for like 5-7 armor or something like that, and then you kind of have 2 weak links.
Yeah, it's really tricky. You're absolutely right. They're in a tough spot here, mouse sports. They definitely are. And Copenhagen Wolves, everything seems to be working for them. They're looking quite strong at the moment. 9-2 is the scoreline at the moment. And Alu's going to make the crossover. Chris has an open. He's really fast up on short. Again, very aggressive style coming out from mouse sports. It's definitely not boring watching mouse sports play Counter-Strike. They are making this really fun. Even if they're losing a lot of rounds here, they're not like a boring team to spectate.
No, not at all. They're always exciting. And for the reason, just the aggression that can come out of them at any time. Pushing through smokes. They in general, mouse sports have no fear. So it's pretty interesting to see right now how they've gone ahead with the setup here. Only Tabson holding it long. In the meantime, a lot of focus mid and towards Cat. So mouse sports really just trying to concentrate, shut down this B-slit push that could be setting up here because the bomb is on Kerrigan and it's waiting in upper dark. Doesn't seem like Copenhagen Wolves have really figured out where they want to take it yet.
Oh, Chris falling down. Breaks his feet maybe, but he's still running just fine. And it looks like it's going to be a B push eventually, actually. But this is a really good setup that mouse have to deal with it. They already have 2 people inside B, and they have Nuki in the middle. So this could work out really well. Flash out once, flash out again. Nuki's going to run through with the FAMAS right in the face. Takes down Pimp. Glaive should be able to get the return. He will. But coming up from behind is going to be Tabson to take down Glaive. So now it's a 2-on-3, and inside the bomb site. Alu still strong. The Finnish player is going to go down, leaving SMF in a 2-on-1. And the bomb, well, he can't plant it if he's quick, but if he's slow, Tabson's going to take him down.
I like the position that he chose to plant in as well. This covers him from dark. But he needs to kind of push out now at this point, and it's really scary. He's looking to see if Tabson is going to be pushing upper dark. He's trying to catch out Chris J, but he's not going to get it. Tabson pushes out at the right time from upper dark. SMF caught between a rock and a hard place. Nowhere to go. He really tried to turn that into a 1v1, and it seemed like, he looked out at slope, didn't see anybody, looks back towards the site, doesn't see anybody, and he keeps turning back and forth. He didn't know where to go, and by the time he figured it out, it was too late.
Yeah, nice retake though from Mousesports. That was it's really, really important. A little bit of a shame that that Alu couldn't pick up the last kill, so they would have had a little bit more of a rifle situation going into this. They are once again spending a lot of their money, but at least I think they saved 2 AWPs. Is that true? I think they did.
They saved one. Chris J had one, and I believe they managed to pick up another one on Alu.
Okay, so they bought the other. That's a big difference.
But the big thing is that the force buy for Mousesports, where they spread out their money and really just spread out the rifles, it works. So they're able to get a 1-up here, and now they need to start putting some rounds. They have to get 5 here, Mousesports. They need 2 rounds of the remaining 3.
Well, I mean, it's even possible that they can actually get to 6 rounds if they win the next 2 in a row and make it 5. I don't think Copenhagen Wolves is going to have enough money, so 9-6 isn't even out of the question here, which is would be a really interesting turn. Mousesports, I mean, are not a weak team. Even though it was an incredible start from Copenhagen Wolves, you know, what was it, 8-1 at some point? Now it's 9-3. It shows you.
Yeah, they're really starting to come back into this. It's so cool right now. It's a very evenly matched, matchup, obviously, hard, but still, this is actually really good between both of these teams. Again, they're going with the 2-1-2, and Nuki is waiting at mid. Is he going to have the same success this time? And he gets chased away this time. It's not going to work, but Alu from the window puts that op to work.
Yeah, now up and upper dark, Legia runs to the smoke right into the face of them, and SMF's going to go down. Legia with a beautiful position, picks up a triple kill, and makes it 9-4. And Copenhagen Wolves can still buy 10,000 on Glaive, is a lot of money, and everyone else can also pick up here, but are they going to be able to buy for the 3rd round, really? No, look at this. 0 on SMF, 100 on Carrigan, 800 on Nico. This is going to be interesting now, really interesting.
If they lose this round, if they can get a plant, they'll be able to get a pretty decent buy. If they don't, they still should be able to force up with a reasonable buy, but it's still going to be rough for Copenhagen Wolves here. They need to just start breaking Mousesports again. But Mousesports seem to have really figured it out. That was a solid behold. Just very good work from them.
Oh!
Nico!
Right through the pole there, just taking down Alu. That was so cheeky. Now let's see if they can actually use this opening. Chris J's going to go down, and that's both the AWPers gone. Now, Copenhagen Wolves can play this one slowly, but they're not. They're actually rushing up short here, see if they can just get control of the bomb site. Nuki's nearby. He hears everything. Down the middle, Legia's going to ride into Carrigan. He goes down. Nuki, low on health as well, is going to be dropped. Tabson, 1-on-4. Not much of a chance. He's going to get backstabbed as well. SMF. What?
Missing some shots there. That was awkward.
All the shots. That was very awkward, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to be Tabson going down 10-4 here, and we're into the 15th round. And Mousesports actually don't have a lot of money to buy with. 2 people, I think, can buy rifles here. That's not quite enough, I think.
Oh, Glaive has the money to drop an op for Nico, though. So at least they do manage to get a pretty decent buy on Copenhagen Wolves' side. A very good buy, in fact, a full buy. Mousesports, however, they're trying to piece it together. And Copenhagen Wolves, they could very well pick up 11-4 here, in which case life gets really difficult for Mousesports.
Yeah, it definitely does. Carrigan going to be walking up here, spots a couple of people in upper dark. Got to be careful he doesn't give his life away here. Takes down one. Alu is going to fall as well. Not the best start, but Chris should be able to get an instant return here. Carrigan not ready for Chris. Nuki coming up from upper. Actually, a great shot. Takes down Nico, that was. So it's back into a 2-on-2. And with Chris here, this is very doable, especially...
Tabson,
oh, no, Tabson. Knife out. Straight headshot. Nicely done.
Yeah, Tabson again pushing from long. This is Mousesports in a box. They're just going all over the place. Chris J gets flanked by Pimp, though, from the B site. And we're into a 1-on-1 now in this series. Pimp has been doing fantastic work for Copenhagen Wolves in the first best of 3. It's now his time to shine. But Tabson with 2 frags already. He's looking pretty solid. And he takes the fight mid. Tabson, no fear.
No, flashed himself in. Flash comes out. Great flash from Pimp. Going to get him in a slightly better position. Another flash to follow up. Tabson peeks it. Pimp looking here to shoot through. And those barrels are really working out. Tabson comes up with a triple. And it will be 10-5 for the first half. Not at all a bad recovery from Mousesports. That's, you know, in the last, 6 rounds, they won 4 out of 6. That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn solid. And that's the beauty of this right now, is the fact that Mousesports, even after a really tough start to the half, being down 9-1, I think, they managed to actually come back and bring this to a pretty decent score. I mean, sure, 9-6 would be lovely, and we have been seeing CT teams pick up more rounds on Dust 2, but 5 rounds on the CT side, if you get the pistol, you're still very much in this game. So this is going to be sick. I'm really excited to see what Mousesports do on the T side here to start off with the pistol. If they just go full YOLO, if they're going to spread out and try and look for picks versus Copenhagen Wolves.
I guess we're about to find out. I mean, it's been kind of a crazy game so far. I've considering the start the Copenhagen Wolves have, I think they're going to be happy about the first half, but I think they're going to be sad they couldn't make this basically like 12-3 or 11-4 or anything like that. I think mouz Sports did a good job of showing us what they can do, and they probably do need to win this map. I mean, as we said earlier, mouz Sports picked us too as a first map. Then second map is going to be Inferno. That was picked by Copenhagen Wolves. So it doesn't always mean, I mean, just because you pick a map doesn't mean you're going to win it. If only if it's that simple, you know, it'd be a little bit easier. But generally, you know, you want to win on your own map choice. That's just a little bit easier, isn't it?
Yeah. Life would be a little bit more fun. Apparently there's just questions going on all over the place now. It's like, why do Copenhagen, Wolves have to log out after every half? And apparently 4 out of their guys, their PCs are made out of wood. So we have to be patient here, guys. I think that this actually favors Copenhagen Wolves because they can almost at will pause the game whenever they want and reload.
Yeah.
And the time that it takes, really, I mean, when you're coming off of a half like that, especially a half where Tapson, clutches it 1v1, that's like when mouz want to just keep going. They want to go,
right.
get into that second half, just keep that momentum rolling. Yeah. And then Copenhagen Wolves, they just stop it short every time. They just stop the momentum and let everything cool off again.
Yeah, I think you're right. Definitely a little bit of a bummer for mouz Sports that they can't keep on going. And speaking of Tapson, because we were criticizing him earlier, he had 0-6 at one point. I think it was like 5 rounds and he hadn't picked up any kills, and he actually ends up being tied with the rest of his team at about 8 kills. So that is a really, really good recovery. Well played, Tapson, for waking up, because it can be hard when you're down that much and the rest of your team is trying to make it work, but you're the one weak link, and you definitely know you are. So that's nice to see as well. That's good, and we'll see. They are getting back in. Tapson saying, "Take your time, don't hurry." I like the sarcasm on mouz Sports side. That's good fun. Look, guys, if you're just joining us, then we're going to be going into the second half of the first map in this best of 3 here. This is the lower bracket quarterfinals match between mouz Sports and Copenhagen Wolves. None of these teams are going to be going on to qualify, but whoever loses is going to be going home, and that's a big problem. You don't really want to go that. You want to go to Gamescom to compete for $250,000 prize pool. You're at Room on Fire, and we're happy to have you. Glad you guys wanted to tune in and hang out with us. If you want to help us out with running the channel and everything, then you can go and click the follow button on the channel. I think we are actually fast approaching the 150,000 follower mark. We're already up to 146 and a half.
That's insane.
So, yeah, it's insane, guys. Really good job. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. And also, you can subscribe and join the rest of the subscriber team. And a big thanks to everyone who already has subscribed. I know, unlike other channels, we don't get much of a chance to shout out subscriber names when you guys subscribe, because it happens in the middle of the match and we're already busy yelling at other things. So that's the main reason why. But we appreciate it nonetheless. And, yeah, that's about it. Just enjoy the game. Hopefully we're going to be able to resume it right away. Ready as pimp. Now they're saying go, go. Like, there's a real mind game going on. They're like, come on, don't wait. We don't want to wait. We're ready, go. I like this. Ah, well.
Someone linked me like the lamest pickup lines right now. It's pretty good.
Yeah? What are they?
If you are a basketball, I will never shoot. Why? Because I will always miss you.
Wow.
Do you own a jersey? Because I need your name and number.
That's just really, really bad.
A life without you is like a broken pencil. Pointless.
I hope nobody's ever used any of those.
Oh, man.
I spent an evening. I spent some time trying to come up with pickup lines for Tosspot at one point, because his last name is Saw. So I feel like there's a lot of puns you could make with that. Do you want to go back to the sawmill? I gave up, and I don't think he was impressed either. But you know, I wanted to help him out. He's a great guy. Now we're going to be going into the 16th round. And it's mouz Sports versus Copenhagen Wolves. Still the first map here. A good lead for Copenhagen Wolves early on, but now a lot of this comes down to the pistol round. Actually, my game crashed right now. It's not ideal. It's not
so
fun.
Did mine, actually. They just they aborted.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll reconnect back in. Don't panic, guys. We're right on it, but it's really annoying. Nobody likes that.
What's going on now?
I don't know, but obviously just switching it over so we don't give away the IP address, and here we go, reconnecting back in. So let's see how this is all gonna unfold. Yep, connected back in, and we didn't lose anything. We have not missed a single round. But someone is having lag issues, which is not fun. Karma for talking about your wire lags.
I'm back.
Why does it only happen to Nuki? They're really playing with each other. I love it. I really love the fact that they're just like trolling each other quite hard. That I think is important. Gotta have some fun.
Well, you gotta have some levity, right? Too much pressure is not a good thing. Match is paused, though, guys. Second round here, and it was a 10-5 scoreline. Copenhagen Wolves versus mouz Sports. mouz Sports with 5, Copenhagen Wolves with 10, and now Copenhagen Wolves are going to be on the CT side, Anders. On the CT side. Do you think that they're going to have more focus on short this time?
If they don't, then, you know, I'm just going to be really angry, basically. I'm going to write...
Are you going to start talking in like Danish and just
there
forcing
might,
them out in Danish?
I think I might even have their team speak. So there might be a point in this game where I just log onto their team speak and say, look, guys, now this short area is really important. It leads right into a bomb site, and you already have a guy down on long with an AWP who can just do like this. It's a little bit more than 90 degrees. It's like maybe like 108 degrees, and he can look right up on short, and that's where the action is happening. If they don't do that, God, there's going to be some anger here. I don't know. They seem to be playing a little bit better, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all unfolds here. There's a chance, you know, that it's going to be angry Anders coming out, basically.
We've lost Pimp.
No.
We've lost Nuki.
No. This can't happen. Well, we've gained Maddie, though. Maddie's in the chat. Thank you very much for subscribing, Maddie. I know you've been subscribed
Maddie.
for a while, but Maddie's amazing. Hope you guys go and check out her stream. She does stream every once in a while still. So if you post the link in the chat, Maddie, if you feel like, and people can go and follow that channel as well. It's a good idea. He's on TeamSpeak is what they're saying. Nuki is back. So the question is, where is Pimp? Where is he gone? They're just not here. There's no explanation. Oh, let's get it on. How close are we to Gfinity and Assembly? It's the 27th now, so I'm going to be leaving for London on Friday next week, so it's getting close. Less than a week away. And you're going to be leaving for... is it in Helsinki?
Yeah, Helsinki. I actually leave Wednesday, though.
Oh,
So I might have to figure something out to be able to cast from there when we do the King of the Hill.
Oh, that could be important. We'll see. I'm sure we can figure out an explanation. Just bring your microphone. That's the most important part.
Damn straight. That or I'll just beat up production over there and get them to set me up something.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I'm really jealous. The only time I've been in Helsinki is when I was going to China for the Fnatic for the MSI Beat It finals.
For the MSI Beat It, yeah.
And I was just at the airport, so you know that's not really the same. I've actually always wanted to go to Finland. This is the only time I've been to Finland is in an airport. That's a shame.
It's beautiful, man. Helsinki is actually really nice. Lots of green.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Sweden, actually.
Anytime I see any pictures of Finland, I don't know if this is just like the Finnish marketing department doing a good job, but yeah, Helsinki always seems like a beautiful city, and then the nature, you know, and the rest of Finland always seems completely stunning. That's one of the main reasons I'd like to go. Is just go away from civilization and live in a Finnish forest somewhere. It seems like a nice thing, at least for a week or something.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's going to be a lot of fun, too. It's actually, they've changed up the event location as well, because for the past few assemblies, it's actually been held in a stadium and like a hockey arena, basically. And now they actually have a convention center for the LAN. So it's going to be new experiences, Andrew. I'm really excited. Like Wednesday can't come fast enough now. Yeah,
we have a lot of Counter-Strike this weekend, but it's only going to get better from here on out for the rest of this month, and then next month is going to be insane. So you guys have better clear your schedules and get your minds right, because this is going to be really fun. Now we've resumed the game. Second half is coming up here between mouz Sports and Copenhagen Wolves. Now, let's see. The score is 10-5, as it actually says. So good job from the ESL admins making sure everything is working here, and big thanks to ESL as well for just hosting all of this and doing a good job of getting the games running and everything. The delays actually haven't been ESL's fault, so that's good news.
Yeah, 2-1-2 set up here from Copenhagen Wolves, not really putting too much focus on short. We do still have Nico kind of like rotating between long and short, looking at cross, but for now, it seems like Copenhagen Wolves, they will rotate the guys and they will make the right call. It's going to be an A split coming out from mouz Sports.
Oh, SMF caught with a grenade in hand. Nico trying to fall back here, really doesn't have much of a chance. And the big problem is Glaive. Oh, sick shot coming out from Glaive, but he needs a lot more here. Looking for Legia, getting some help as well, but not working out. Nico can't find the return either, and a lot of chaos and confusion coming out here from Copenhagen Wolves. mouz Sports charging in, and now it's a 3-on-3. Still no bomb plant, but I think a chance of taking this round.
Agreed. They are going to be able to get the plant here now, Copenhagen Wolves. Or rather, mouz Sports. This is going to be big. But Copenhagen Wolves, they've done some damage. It's fairly even across the board right now. Kerrigan rushing up on Cat, trying to take shots. And Chris J just goes leaping down into CT, catches Nico completely off guard. Now the take happens. Kerrigan rushing up onto this side, point blank on Olu. Finally gets the kill, but he's alone. 1v2.
Yeah, not a lot of time here. If he had a kid, it would be different, but he doesn't. He's going to go for Legia, takes him down. Still no time left for him. If without the kit, this just isn't possible any longer. He's going to go for the smoke and the defuse, but I don't think it's going to happen. Chris already sees it coming. Triple from Kerrigan won't save the day, and he's going to die to the bomb as well. So just Chris surviving, and a great round from mouz Sports. As we said, they really don't play boring Counter-Strike. They double jump down into CT spawn to pick up that kill. That was really cool.
That was huge. And then they don't even waste any time after that. Chris J immediately starts rotating over to Cat. You know, they sack one guy, he gets caught. Tapson, I believe, he gets caught over an element, but still Chris J alive on Cat like that just made it impossible for Copenhagen Wolves to get the defuse. Really sick play, but I also like what Copenhagen Wolves are going for here. Double scout play, man. It's like one-upping Chris J on his half.
Exactly. It's really interesting. They're already taking a little bit of damage here on Glaive. If you buy these scouts, you kind of want them to work. I mean, getting a headshot on someone is a really good start. And they have a bit of a stack towards the A side of the map here. Glaive not going to be able to pick up any damage just yet. We'll see if he's going to be able to at all. Once they get closer, this scout just loses a lot of its qualities. Double grenade. Oh. mouz Sports playing smartly.
And Glaive somehow reading that, saw it coming. Gets out of the way in time. Glaive taking quite a bit of damage, actually. mouz Sports really trying to hunt him down, drop him down to 59 HP. But again, it looks like it's going to be a Cat play coming out here from mouz Sports. They look like they want to split up A. But the bomb is on Cat this time, and there's three guys holding solid here. One guy in Goose waiting, and that's just Kerrigan. He's just staring at a wall, waiting for the flashes to come in and dodge them so that he can whip around with that CZ-75 and start cleaning up.
Yeah, Nico here with the scout. This is exactly where I wanted him to be with the AWP in the last game, and this time he's doing it, so I'm really happy at the moment. He's already got the one kill, looking for a second one, missing that shot. He's got to be really careful. Oh, it's a second one, and now it's actually a 4-on-3. Pimp could have had a huge opening coming up from behind. He did good damage. Alu and Chris are low. Leggy on 100% HP, and this is not quite over yet. Are they going to be able to get the crossover kill? This is the big difference here. He can look over the smoke, and Nico's ready for it. They have to make the jump eventually.
Double scout. The setup, and mouz Sports not taking any damage. Kerrigan is pushed right into Upper Dark. He gets the first kill. 5 seconds left on this clock. They have no time. They get the plant, mouz Sports, but it's still a 2-on-3. mouz Sports with very little HP. Copenhagen Wolves closing in. The pack is hungry, and Alu, he manages to take one down, but it's still a 1v2, and they're going to split him up from window indoors. Alu gets another one, and SMF goes down. Alu clutches it from mouz Sports. 1v3.
Yeah, and a very, very bad 1v3 coming out from Copenhagen Wolves. Super sick aim coming out from Alu, especially just really, really smart play. But that was one of those situations where Copenhagen Wolves could almost be 100% sure to win it if just they had coordinated that a little bit better. That was really not supposed to happen.
It feels like really they had that within their grasp, yes. But Alu just played that down to a T. The headshot at window in particular was a thing of beauty.
It's really, I mean, again, I'm not trying to steal anything away. That was so sick from Alu. So it's not a question of whether or not it's what Alu did. It's what Copenhagen Wolves didn't do. That's what's really painful. It's just still a great round for them. I mean, they got 4 kills, so it's a round that's worth it for them. It's just that if they'd all peaked at the same time instead of running in one at a time, it'd have been a different situation, right?
Yeah, well, the position from Alu as well made it really difficult for them. They couldn't actually just close in and both face him at the same time. He played it down. I mean, Alu really played that down to perfection. It was a combination of both, as it usually is. Alu just playing out of his mind, and Copenhagen Wolves giving him the opportunity to do so. But right now, Copenhagen Wolves, they still have to be pretty pleased with that eco round. I mean, they don't get it, but they still kill 4 guys, and that's a lot of money that mousesports have got to spend now to make sure that they've got the rifles to take this following round.
Nico, the only one on the site. Oh, really good headshot coming out here, losing Nuki early on. Nico's going to go down as a return, and that is actually Glaive doing a lot of damage. And Alu says, just stop shooting at my teammates, and kills him. Legia in the middle, going to be tackling 2 people. Really good defense, and Legia with a triple kill. Nice play from Legia. Once again, he's really been stepping it up when it really matters, and if he had died then, he would have given up an AK, and maybe also, you know, that AK could have come into play to try and retake the bomb site. So good job from him. 8-10, and now it's a double-up setup immediately, actually, from Copenhagen Wolves with no armor on either player.
Yeah, double glass cannon. That's pretty sick from Copenhagen Wolves. But this is their way to try and throw a curveball at mousesports, basically. See if mousesports can actually catch on to the fact that they're going to be facing 2 scoped rifles. Alu gets flashed out on long, though. Picks off SMF to start. There's a man holding at the angle, but he's going to be backing off to sight. And that's Nico now, who will be locking this down. It's going to be really tough for mousesports to make it out here with him holding this angle.
Yeah, it should be at least. Still just holding on here. Has no call to look anywhere else right now. They have someone covering short, so his only job is basically to keep looking down here and making sure nobody gets up on it. Chris is down, seeing if he can catch Nico. Now things get really dangerous for Nico. He has to stay put. Chris, it's almost like he knows. He's just walking up. Is he going to walk into certain death? No, he shoots through and Nico falls back. Chris is so cheeky.
It doesn't actually go for the... He could have shot him in the bum there, and that probably would have worked. But Nico manages to return, picks off Chris J. There's a good kill from Tabson, though, with the headshot on Nico.
Yeah, Glaive running in. It's going to get stabbed. He's basically trapped here, and that was pretty a big mistake from Glaive. They're going to have to fall back and save their rifles at this point. No reason to do anything else than... Oh, I don't know about that. Glaive running back
looking
like
better
that?
and better here.
They are.
And this is actually starting to get me worried here for Copenhagen Wolves, because we saw how big of a beatdown they took on Inferno. If they're not able to turn it around here and start getting some momentum back, it's gonna be a pretty brutal fight for them going into the second map of this best-of-3 series here. mousesports looking really solid. Pimp will find Legia, who is hunting for him, but Tapson should take out Pimp. No, it doesn't happen. Pimp with 2 headshots, 3 headshots. Pimp single-handedly cleaning up the mousesports lineup.
Yeah, pretty well done. But I'm starting to get really worried. Not so much because of Inferno, more because of the fact that how Copenhagen Wolves essentially lost the CT half against Epsilon on this map. Because they had a lot of painful mistakes, and I really don't want to see them repeating them just yet. That'd be too much, I think. Now we're into the 20th round, 10-9, and mousesports, their economy's not looking amazing, but then again, neither is Copenhagen Wolves. They are mostly ecoing, except for the AK and the and the AWP that they saved last time.
Yeah, look at Kerrigan's forward position, looking into lower dark though on Cat. Very cool. He's actually going to get boosted up by Nico now, changing up the angle. Glaive is the one who's spotting at mid, not quite seeing anybody at top mid. He's going to go by for a second shot, and Tabson, well, alerting him to his presence. Kerrigan, is he really going to go for this? Oh, yeah, Kerrigan. That peek.
That's a really cheeky peek. A very dangerous one. If there had been someone lower dark ready to receive him then, that would have been a little bit scary. But they get the opening, and that's good. Unfortunately, they can't pick up the rifle from that kill, so they are obviously better off than they started, but they're still in a little bit of a weird position because the B-bomb site's only defending by 2 people with pistols, which means if mousesports go for a split push coming out here, then they can still lose this round really quickly. If these 2 people die without taking anyone with them, they probably can't win the round anymore.
Alu getting baited in, however, here. Nico is, well, alive, and now he isn't. SMF drops wisely back into CT spawn, but this is shaping up to be a B play now. Pimp is the man holding behind the car. Can he get the headshots that he got last round? He's starting off pretty strong, but Legia with the sick 180 spray takes him out.
Again, that was probably more Pimp giving up that kill than it was anything else. Should have been a really easy takedown. SMF not going to make it happen, and now Kerrigan needs to just run away. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be 10-10, but that kill right there from Pimp should have been an easy kill.
Definitely should have.
Like a trivial type kill.
He might have got flustered when he saw how many people are actually rushing in, and it really is those moments where maybe it's one of those moments, you know, the curse where you know you're supposed to get a kill 100%. Yeah. 100% of the time you get that kill, and then because you know that, you miss it, right?
Yeah,
because
right.
it just makes the kill harder somehow. Like turns it into like the impossible kill,
Oh,
even though you're supposed to get it.
We've seen it 100 times, and it's really painful. But this was a very, very big round for that to happen in. And Copenhagen Wolves can bind this upcoming round. That's good, but that's actually mousesports tying the score after being behind 10-5. It's now 10-10. Copenhagen Wolves haven't won a single round here in the second half, and they're going for another double-up setup. And we'll see if it's going to be working for them this time. They need to put an end to this right here. I mean, they need to start winning a lot of rounds in a row. Otherwise, I think mousesports have this map, basically.
Agreed. This is starting to look... I mean, the momentum is really starting to shift mousesports' way. They've managed to tie this up 10-10 now. SMF alive in the pit. Good kill there. Despite the fact that he was blinded, he does manage to pick up one headshot on Alu. That's a man down now for mousesports.
Yeah, and they need to make up their minds here, Copenhagen Wolves. Are they going to defend long, or are they going to fall back? And they are going to stick to it, and I think that's a good idea. When they have 3 people here, I don't mind that they play this and just play for the retake. In the middle, Kerrigan's going to have to flash his way back. Doesn't want to challenge 3 people, and I can't really blame him for it. And in the CT spawn, Glaive trying to put some shots through. Does a little bit of damage. A lot of damage, in fact, Glaive. Very nicely done. Outside B. Pimp is hiding in the corner. He's going to go down, leaving Kerrigan alone. Good shot from Kerrigan. It's not enough. He needs to do even more right now, and he's going to go down, and it's another 3-on-3.
Nuki, though. Nuki's position is fantastic. Glaive sees it coming, though. Glaive, somehow, the mastermind here, doesn't fall for the trap. And now he's pushing right on top of Tapson, who catches him off guard. There's the spray from Tapson, but SMF, luckily for Copenhagen Wolves, was close enough. Legia peeks out from window. This was such a back-and-forth plant. Unreal that Copenhagen Wolves actually get out on top.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure they would have, except for the fact that when Legia wanted to run back in, he just bumped into the wall and couldn't get in fast enough. If he had gone in fast enough, I'm not sure if that wouldn't have been Legia winning that again. It's a very, very close round, and Copenhagen Wolves should probably consider themselves a little bit lucky they actually won that. 11-10 here, and we're into the 22nd round, and mousesports can still buy, but if they lose this upcoming round, they're not going to be able to buy once again. Boost up on short here, and it's going to be Nico with the orb, opening down lower dark.
He's looking. There's 2 guys here, however, from mousesports. They take the peek, and no shot. Legia is actually getting legged, and Nico with the parting nade secures the frag and the man advantage now for Copenhagen Wolves. Mousesports no closer to getting onto a site here.
No, and now's when the Danes... This is where they screwed up almost every time against Epsilon, is they had the man advantage, and then they started peeking, and right now they're not. I mean, look at this really, really defensive setup all over the place. Nico even in the position that I would want here. So this should be a really good way to hold it. If Nico just stays safe and doesn't get picked off, then it's hard for mousesports to get it. Even a smoke off here, yes. A lot of defensive play coming out here. This is a big change to how they played against Epsilon, basically.
Well, they're really bullying mousesports right now. They've got the man advantage, they've got the gear advantage as well. Mousesports starting to run out of nades. Although it is starting to get a little bit even now as far as nades are concerned. Copenhagen Wolves, however, they've got 2 guys now watching cross. Yeah, Nico here with the AWP, though, is going to be taking point.
It's a fake as well. They get the first kill there. Now Nico's alone, and this might be about to be man advantage instead for mousesports. Sick shot from Nico. He needs backup quick, though, and it's actually coming as well. Kerrigan going to pick up a kill. Chris and Nuki left. 2-on-3. Bomb is going to go down. Chris gets the spray. That's now a double. Can he get another one in? This is not over yet. Chris is still alive up here in a 1-on-2. Peeks out, and no, it goes down. I wanted to believe that could really happen. A very good adjustment for mousesports there. Nico comes up with a triple and stays alive somehow, but that could have definitely been the terrorist round.
I think that's the thing. Nico stays alive despite being the first man on that site, holding from A slope that entire time. Somehow he stays alive the whole time. That's crazy. The fact that Nico, it's not somebody who rotated in. It's Nico who's just unkillable, like immortal. This guy, and he gets 3 frags to boot. Insult to injury there for mousesports, who actually are forcing it up here.
Yeah, they are. That grenade not doing anything on long, and some good flashes are going to force Copenhagen Wolves back. And you're right, they have forced it up, which, well, not on everyone. This is really strange. Chris obviously going to be saying for an AWP, so makes sense for him not to buy. But then Alu has... Yeah, I guess they've just bought on everyone else except for Chris. That's been the plan here. But I'm very confused. I'm very confused about this one.
I'm kind of curious. Yeah, it does seem a little bit odd. I'm not quite sure. It seems like mousesports really just trying to perhaps catch Copenhagen Wolves off guard with a weird buy. SMF is going to be peeking short. Tabson spots him. And there's going to be the standoff here. A double stack on short for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, SMF in the corner, goes down after getting the 1 kill. Glaive with a good one, needs more. Gonna pick up a double, and pistols out. Leggy is gonna challenge it here. And great hold by Glaive. That's the kind of thing that they need. Alu's pretty gonna come and pick him off while he's scavenging for more weapons, but he did what he needed to here. And now Alu's gonna be alone. Charging back towards the middle, runs out right into Pimp. And Pimp spots him. It's gonna go down as well. This is now a little bit worrying. Alu's on the hunt.
That was a bit of a mistake there from Pimp. Not sure why he was on the B slope. Like, he could have just fallen back onto that site. If you're solid on the site, then life gets a whole lot more difficult for Alu. Alu is looking for a pick. He's looking to catch the man rotating. So Pimp challenging mid. I'm not sure it was the best call there for Copenhagen Wolves. That's a plant that mousesports have got now because of that.
Yeah, you're right. And the question is, can the representative from Finland here actually do it in a 1-on-2? He's walking in, and Nico takes him down. I had actually a lot of faith that maybe Alu could have clutched that 1-on-2. That would have been... It was already a sick round from Alu, but it could have been even sicker. Yeah,
another
definitely.
1v3 for Alu?
I think that could have happened. He was looking... He is a really strong player. I think that could have definitely worked out. Now it's going to be 13-10, and that bomb plant helps them out in terms of money. Actually, a whole lot. They wouldn't have had a lot if they hadn't got that bomb plant.
No, that's the key part here. But Copenhagen Wolves, actually, they secure themselves a pretty decent round here. Look at Alu. No fear this time. He wants to make up for it. He gets returned on by Kerrigan, though, with an AWP. He takes out SMF, so it's a quick 1-for-1 over at Long. But in the meantime, Upper Dark, Chris J setting up for a bit of a cheek play.
Yeah, they're rushing in here. Pimp is ready with the AK, but he's going to go down. Pimp not having much luck at the moment. Nico's going to peek in and takes down Legia. Chris is in there, gets legged as well, actually gets body shot, and now he doesn't have a lot of HP. They need to slow this down. Nico's charging in, which is actually crazy, but it still works somehow. Nico is going to go down. He's getting a triple kill, but now Tabson's alone 1-on-2 here, and he's got plenty of time, and Copenhagen Wolves got to play this one smartly.
That's the thing. Tabson still has a minute left on this clock. He's really looking towards window. He wants to catch Glaive peeking. He spots him jumping up there. Glaive doing it one too many times. Tabson with a sick headshot, but Kerrigan locks it down. Doesn't miss the shot when Tabson goes for the cross. And Tabson lured in to that site to his demise.
But credit to Tabson for hitting that utterly sick shot. That was very, very cool. As you said it, he spotted him once. Next time around, just gets taken out. But now, mousesports are forcing up once again. And obviously, they don't want to play for overtime here on Dust 2. But this is now a little bit tricky. Like, they've had a lot of force rounds. And I'm wondering if it's going to work out. If Copenhagen Wolves win this round, they're not going to have a lot of money for the last one. Actually, they will have enough money, so that's why they're forcing up. Makes sense all of a sudden.
Oh, they'll have the money. They've lost quite a few consecutive rounds.
Yeah.
So they'll have the money. If they can get another plant, that would be monstrous for mousesports. Really give them a fighting chance here. But Copenhagen Wolves are just looking so dominant. Still control of mid here. Nico taking a little bit of fire, but he's got that AWP, and he's hoping, crossing his fingers, he's going to catch somebody on Cat. But that's not going to be the case. He falls back to the B site, and Copenhagen Wolves, once again, playing very passively as far as the defense is concerned.
Glaive up here by Goose. Got to be a little bit careful. He's getting back up from Kerrigan coming out, and SMF's just holding down Long. So this is a really good setup. I like this one, especially with Glaive out here to help. If Kerrigan misses a shot, then... Oh, he's going to get smoked off now. Glaive is going to flash his way in, spots one person, and backup should be called for immediately. They know what's coming up here. Great double from Glaive. Bomb. No, actually, Chris doesn't have the bomb, but he's right there in the smoke, trying to dodge the bullets coming into it, and it's going to be Chris and Alu left here, and they are running right into him. Glaive with a triple kill. Alu now, 1-on-3, a little bit of a hiccup there, and Alu, well, is not going to be able to do this, I think, in a 1-on-4, in fact. It was a 1-on-5.
Yeah, 1-on-5, 1-on-4. It's time to one-up Alu with a Galil. He's looking to catch a frag. Now he's got an AWP. I like this better.
And this time they really shouldn't let him plant. If he plants now, Copenhagen Wolves are making a big mistake. And they're missing all the shots. What the hell is happening here? Finally, they take him down, but that was the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a while. And did you get a little bit of a hiccup in that round too? Just a little bit of force?
Yeah, just a little bit. But
all right, good.
It seems like it was quickly taken care of. What's really fun for me right now is just Glaive. Like, what's with Danish in-game leaders? They're always top fragging. Like, Glaive is just putting in big rounds after big rounds, just all over the place across the map right now.
I don't know, but it comes down to this for mousesports. It's 15-10, and they need to start winning rounds to force the overtime, and then they need to keep going. Kerrigan, very aggressive move, and a very different setup from Copenhagen Wolves. They're really switching up their defense a lot this time. It's going to be a hold for B, and it's going to be a B push coming out. Kerrigan misses the shot, and that is a big opening now for the terrorist side. Alu going to go down. Glaive now, sorry, yeah, Pimp picking up a kill as well. Glaive with a grenade. Pimp inside, gets the spray. Nuki goes down, leaving Chris alone in a 1-on-3 here. And this is for the map. If he doesn't get this 1-on-3, it's going to go into Inferno.
And Pimp, again, is playing very carefully here. But look at Chris J. He has to worry about CT spawn. Unscopes. Nico takes the kill. 16-10 the final score between these two teams. Fantastic first map to the series. But this is a best of 3, and we go to Inferno next.
Yeah, so it is definitely not over, guys. We'll have a really quick break, and then we'll be right back with the second map here, so don't go far. It's going to be coming up in just a few seconds here, so stay tuned, invite your friends, and we'll be right back.